All right, how are all the beautiful people out there? That's right, I'm talking to you, the beautiful people. Now, in the last video, I promised you I was going to cover Zelensky. This is back in the Jasmine Crockett video. Now, you might think that you know Volodomyr Zelensky. I promise you don't know him, because there's so much about him that nobody is reporting, not the mainstream media and not social media. But I'm going to give it to you. I am going to give you what nobody's talking about. Now, we can cover the ground on some of the primary issues, but yes, you might be thinking, wait a minute, you're going to talk about Zelensky, Hollywood, and Satanists? Yes. And I'm talking real, not the silly, the Hollywood type, but, you know, real Satanists that include some of Hollywood, but we're going to see just how close Zelensky is to the satanic element of the world, put it that way, the spiritual world. Now, and it's real, folks. So the video I'm giving you, it gets a little worse as we go along, because we get into the real issues regarding just how dark a person this man is. So let's start off with some of the fun stuff. Let's meet Zelensky and Sean Penn.
And they called it puppy love. And they called it puppy love.
This is for you.
Oh, Sean.
Yes.
No.
Please.
That is yours.
No, I feel terrible outside. It's just a symbolic, silly thing.
Yes, but
if I know this is here with you, then I'll feel better and strong.
Now, wasn't that beautiful? But it doesn't end there. Let's go on to meet Zelensky and Ben Stiller. Yes, the great Ben Stiller. Here we go.
Hello, sir. Really nice to meet you.
And they called it puppy love.
It's a great honor for me, and nice to see you. It's really wonderful. You're my hero. You're amazing. Yes. No. As you quit a great acting career for this.
Not so great as you.
No, but pretty great. But what you've done and the way that you've rallied the country and what for the world, it's really inspiring. So
there are a lot of information that it's not safety in Ukraine. So, but we know it because that the war, it couldn't be safety everywhere.
Right.
But very important for us that people.
Hey, I'm Ben Stiller, and I'm here in Ukraine. I'm meeting people who've been impacted by the war and hearing how it's changed their lives. War and violence are devastating people all over the world. Nobody chooses to flee their home. Seeking safety is a right, and it needs to be upheld.
Yeah, Ben Stiller, that was amazing. These guys are pretty goddamn self-righteous. Yeah, especially Sean Penn. Right, dude. That's right. So cool. All right. There's one more. And then we'll move on. How about Orlando Bloom? Yeah, a couple of guys like that. Orlando Bloom. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to give Orlando Bloom a lot of shit because, he's working with UNICEF. I don't know just how legitimate UNICEF is. They could be frauds as far as I know, because as we have learned, there's so much fraud that we've learned through Doge, right? Through that, that we really have a hard time trusting anyone anymore. So, but I won't give Orlando Bloom a lot of shit about UNICEF because it looks like Orlando Bloom is actually doing the legwork where these other folks may not.
Thank you so much.
And they called it puppy love.
So encouraging. I mean, in so many ways, to see just the remarkably stoic nature of the people of Ukraine. And of course, your messaging that I think is reflected in their courage and in their determination and in their perseverance and resilience is just, it's to see the children, to see in their eyes.
Yes.
It's palpable, the anxiety, and yet the strength of the Ukrainian people is something that is really awe-inspiring in truth. So it's, and of course, your messaging is the reason for that. So it's remarkable to see how you are, holding this country.
Sean Penn just at one point drops by just to give him his Oscar, as if that's going to solve the problem with the war. Dude, you can have my Oscar, man. Sure, you can have my Oscar. Oh, thank you, Shawnee Penny. Thank you for the Oscar. I will take it with me every night to bed and shove it up my ass and think about you. This is what I'll do. Okay, sure. Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay. So now there's been some issues regarding Zelensky. I believe he's Jewish. Yeah, of shutting down faith, let's put it that way, in Ukraine. Yeah, closing down churches. He doesn't just close them down. He sends in his Nazis. Oh, you want to see some of that? Okay, let's take a look. Now that was fun, right? Oh my God. Yeah, just the problem with war is faith. Now, when you're in war, apparently, if you're at war with somebody, you just have to shut down churches. Why? Well, because churches make you vulnerable to bullets somehow. Yeah, you don't want to pray to God while you're at war. You don't want to have faith while you're at war. You don't want to congregate in your church, and you don't want to leave churches open for your families who are grieving for you while you're at war. Yeah, makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Or maybe does it sound a little tyrannical? Maybe does it sound a little dictatorial? Maybe it might sound that way. Is it? Is it that way? Could it possibly be that Zelensky is a little tyrant, a little dictator? Yes. Yeah. The son of a bitch is. Yeah. He wants more money. He doesn't want Trump. Well, you've seen the report. You've seen the interview, the press. He doesn't want a ceasefire. He wants us to help him blow up the world. Yeah, that's what he wants. Well, fuck you. That's not going to happen. Trump isn't going to let that happen. As we know now, there is so-called peace ceasefire happening. It's touch and go. Zelensky is still firing off the little sperm count that he has. And so is Putin. But they're really not getting anywhere. So I think it's going to take a little longer than they expect. But that's the nature of war. Just don't shut down the fucking churches. Leave them open. Families are going to need faith. You know, they really are. They're going to need it. Regardless of what your religion is. I don't care if you're going to church or temple. It doesn't matter. You need religion. You need church. Damn. But it doesn't end there. Because there are so many being killed. So many people. So many soldiers killed in this conflagration with Putin, that Zelensky is sending his Nazis in to abscond. He's having them kidnap men off the street. You're walking to a store with your girlfriend or your wife, your family, your children even, and here comes this vehicle that pulls up next to you, and a few burly guys get out, they grab your ass, and they toss you into the vehicle and take you away. Just like that. Just like that. Oh, you don't really see that news? No, you don't. Not really. They touch it and boom, and they're gone. So let's take a look at some of that. This is what happens.
Добровольно в армию забираем, да? Вы, блядь.
Да что вы делаете? Отпустите, блядь! Да что?
Катя, помоги,
Ну как я помогу, блядь? Мужчина, не трогайте, блядь, меня! Своими, блядь, руками, ёба!
Давай его забираем. Это не полицейский.
Блядь!
Катя, Катя, помоги,
Ну, это просто пипец.
Я лежать. Ти що кончений? Я не затриманий.
Девочки, внимание.
Yeah, that's pretty damn scary. It's pretty damn scary. It's just like the churches being shut down. They shut them down with force. I mean, brutal, brutal force. You don't see a lot of that in the news either. So here you have it. The churches being shut down. The men being taken off the street. But then it gets worse. They are taking young guys, and really we're talking young men, we're saying boys really. They're taking boys and they're putting them on the front lines. They are the chattel. All right, they are there to take the bullets, while the other guys, the so-called real soldiers, are fighting the battle. That's what it's all about. So therein lies the disguise for shutting down the churches, because, well, you just can't have any of that. They need to shut down everything. They need to put a blanket over all of it so you don't get any of it. You don't get any of the news. You can't get people to congregate and talk to each other. And you take the men and the young boys and you put them on the front lines. But they're also taking the young guys, the young kids, they're taking the ones who are mentally impaired. You know, those with Down syndrome, those with other maladies. It's a sick game that they're playing. And these soldiers mistreat them. Like, here's an example right here.
Ану. Во! Що там, малий?
Чергую.
А де твій автомат?
Не дали ще, сказали в бою.
Чуєш, а то як його? Москалів їбашить будеш?
Москалів.
Ваха, вихід! Вихід, блядь!
Young little guy with Down syndrome. He doesn't know how to fire a rifle. And the soldiers think it's funny as hell. Funny as hell. It's disgusting. Okay. I know, that's awful. Now, we get to the darkest of the dark. Evil is a real thing. The dark nature of the beast is a real thing. But Hollywood has taken it and made it a small thing, a minor thing. They've turned it into a franchise of movies, that along with slasher flicks that really make the devil out to be a diminutive, powerless character. But that's just not the case, is it? Darkness is real. Evil is real. The devil is a real thing. It exists. We can feel it. When you meet someone who has a dark nature, you can sense it about them. I know you have. I have. So here's the thing. Zelensky has proposed, and I believe she's accepted the charge. I'm talking about a person named Marina Abramovic. He has charged her with being the ambassador to Ukraine to improve schools. That's right, schools. Now, this person is a Satanist.
One more. Shall I have one more? Okay, Putin again. I'm ambassador for Zelensky, you know, for the children and hospital rebuilding. It's really important function.
She is a big fan, follower of Aleister Crowley. You know, and this you may have heard his name before. He is the so-called big guy when it comes to Satanism. He is the one that so many turn to when it comes to their education, their satanic education. Aleister is the man. He doesn't exist any longer. He's gone. No, good riddance. But so we're talking about Marina Abramovic. She fancies herself some artist. She does all kinds of weird shit, as you can imagine. Now, this is my perspective of her. Anytime you have someone who claims to be a satanic follower, or they do the dark arts bullshit, and you know, oh man, I'm gonna paint the walls black and I'm gonna put this red star in it, and you know, I'm gonna make all these squiggly lines, and I'm gonna have somebody naked there, and this and that. Anytime they try to do this avant-garde shit and this dark shit, I find it boring, because it's like, you know, I'm gonna write another slasher movie. That's boring. It's been done so many times, it's boring. Now, the thing with her is that a lot of people follow her. There are a lot of people in Hollywood that follow her. I'm going to show you the videos. You're going to see who they are. Some of them are unexpected. One of them right now is actually doing a commercial on TV, selling God, basically. Yeah, that's what she's doing. But here she is at this party with Marina Abramovic, a Satanist.
Kind of artist, and make it possible to create these monumental works. Today, we don't have kings, but we have industry, we have the business, we have banks, that kind of people who really have a substantial amount of money, who can support culture.
zelen sokole od stolice cara čestitog. U se leže bijela golubico, na čelu joj zvijezda donico.
In a way, offering the body for our public, that's the ultimate gesture. They are not just looking into the spectacle, they are part of the spectacle, and that's a big difference.
It's pretty damn disgusting, but you'll see who they are. And this is the nexus to Hollywood. Like I said, Hollywood has tried to diminish it, so the Satanists actually, because of that, because it's accepted in Hollywood, because it's so accepted to be different, so accepted to be weird in Hollywood, that you can be a Satanist in Hollywood, nobody's going to say shit about it. Nobody. They should.
Gaga's close friend, Crowleyan Satanist Marina Abramovic, was catapulted to infamy as one of the subjects of the most bizarre of the WikiLeaks revelations. Hillary Clinton's campaign chairman, John Podesta, and the highest echelons of government to Satanist organizer Aleister Crowley and his satanic sex magic cult. Abramovic, quite like Gaga, likes to dress up like a witch and to adorn herself with goat's heads and devil horns and all sorts of satanic symbolism. Gaga's close friend Abramovic said, quote, "My mother dressed me as a devil when I was 4 years old for a party. I have no idea why she dressed me as a devil. I think to mark my life," end quote. According to WikiLeaks, Abramovic invited Hillary's campaign chairman, John Podesta, to her home for a satanic spirit cooking dinner as though it was a routine practice. This gives us incredible insight into the satanic practices of the political elite at the highest echelons of government. Some of WikiLeaks' statements regarding the revelation stated, quote, "Tony Podesta by day, mild-mannered foreign agent for Saudi Arabia, by night, spirit cooker." Or, the Podesta is a spirit cooking dinner? It's not what you think. It's blood, sperm, breast milk, but mostly blood. And yet another WikiLeaks, quote, 2015, by Abramovic to John Podesta's brother, Tony Podesta. Gaga's close friend Abramovic wrote, quote, "I am so looking forward to the spirit cooking dinner at my place. Do you think you will be able to let me know if your brother is joining? All my love, Marina." Tony Podesta forwarded the email to his brother John Podesta asking, quote, "Are you in New York City Thursday, July 9th? Marina wants you to come to dinner," end quote. What is John Podesta, Hillary Clinton's campaign chairman at the time and a high-ranking member of the DNC, doing hanging out with Satanists and being invited to their rituals? You can't make this stuff up.
Marina Abramovic, even though she is still alive, they would eventually turn her biography into an opera. This event was full of satanic imagery, clearly showing us Marina's death and rebirth. As we've seen many times on this channel, many of these Satanists show us their death and rebirth when they are reborn through Lucifer. Marina took an oath and openly serves Lucifer, performing rituals for his demonic blessings. Time and time again we see on this channel Hollywood's obsession with Satanism. They try and hide it by giving it different names, but at the end of the day, it's clearly demonic. Marina is one of the most disturbing people I've ever covered, only coming close to Crowley. She has done many satanic things to acquire what she desires. The devil clearly works through her, and many celebrities know this. That's why they love and worship her. We must remember that we're being deceived. They want us to think the devil is a fairy tale. They do not want us to know what they do in private. Think to yourself, why are all these celebrities connected to this woman? They all serve the same masters. Marina took an oath, and she can be seen clearly honoring that oath in many of her performances. We must not allow the media to disguise such a disturbing woman as a brilliant artist when she is just a Satanist. We must remember what agenda is being served to us. Many people go missing to never be found again, while events like Marina's private spirit cooking parties take place. We live in a sick world ran by sick people who do evil things. Shows her clear obsession with Aleister Crowley and the occult. Marina clearly openly worships the devil. She's loved by the elite. She routinely performs sick rituals for their amusement.
Now, you see, that's what I'm talking about. It's ugly. It's horrible. I mean, look at what you know, this so-called spirit cake. Let's just bring that to the fore here. A spirit cake. I mean, she's a witch, right? She's a Satanist. She's a witch. Really the same goddamn thing. All right. So what are the ingredients to a spirit cake? It's made of feces, urine, blood, sperm, and you mix it up with the flour, like you make a cake, and there you go. And well, I guess the real question is, do you eat it? Yes, the spirit cake gets eaten. Yeah. So, there you go. I told you it's dark. I told you. I warned you. It gets darker as we go along. Right. So, there you have it. Now, what I want you to do is please support me by liking the video, sharing the video, following me on X, on Rumble, Truth Social. I would totally appreciate it, and we'll bring you more of these videos. I hope you've learned a little bit more about Zelensky than you thought you had. I think you have. This needs to be brought out there. So, repost it, share it with other people. Let's get the word out. We cannot support that son of a bitch anymore. You can't support him because of the people he's connected to as well. The war is a terrible thing. So many people are dying. People in the cities are dying. The cities are destroyed, the people are destroyed, and the soldiers are dying by the tens of thousands. We can't go on with this. Do not support him. Do not support his evil friends. The man is not worth it. Anyway, thank you for stopping by and watching my video. Again, like, share, follow. I'd appreciate it. This is Fast Cat XXX. Meow, baby.